energy of all of us is bringing light to all the world right now, and we're bringing light to all the world right now.
The law of attraction is similar to the law of love.
I think that life and the world is very, very synchronistic.
And realize there is no death.
We are living simultaneously in many different levels.
Crystal skulls are living beings.
For any of us to ever think that we're the only ones here on planet Earth is about the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
And remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are.
Hello, ni hao. This is Mark Henry, and we're going to do Yang 24, which is one of the 5 basic styles of Tai Chi. I want to thank my students for encouraging me to develop this DVD so that they could have something they can refer to while they're in, when they're not in class. So, and I appreciate all my teachers. The purpose of this DVD is to give the participant some tools to learn the 24, Yang 24, and in no way is it trying to replace or make a statement. There's no disrespect to all the wonderful teachers and all the wonderful DVDs that are out there. But again, like my students wanted me to create this DVD so that they have something to refer to. So let's get started. The 24 in Tai Chi, in all Tai Chi, there's 2 basic stances. Let's get with the stances first. One is the bow stance. That's short for bow and arrow stance. And if you've never shot a bow and arrow, you've at least seen somebody shoot a bow and arrow. And whenever I say, okay, get into a bow stance, instinctively everyone does pretty much the same thing. So the the bow stance is the back foot is at an angle, okay, and the front stance has about 70% weight on the front and about 30% on the back. Now, if you're analytical, that's just a reference point. It's what you feel comfortable with. Okay, the stance is shoulder width. Okay, so this is called the bow stance. All right. So to see if you're in a good bow stance, I can relate to my teachers as going across. He would go along and he tells us to get in the bow stance, and then he would hit our shoulders. And if we went on our back or on our heels, he would say, widen your stance. And of course, the others down the line anticipated him doing that. And of course, there kind of anticipating and leaning. So then he would just fake it, and they would go like that and lean. He says, "You're leaning." So, so that's what you want to be mindful of. Is, am I in a good stance? Well, when you're in a bow stance, can someone push the shoulders, and will I be affected by it? Okay, so you would be mindful of that. So that's one stance. The other stance is called the empty stance. And the empty stance, you step up half a step and sit back. You've just transformed you went from 70%, you put 70% on the back leg and 30% on the front. Okay? Where did they get that empty stance from? Well, Tai Chi is a martial art, and so it's a martial art term. And so here, and if the aggressor thinks that I have my weight on the front, he will attack. So he rushes me and said, nope, it was empty. So that's kind of like what you want to feel and be mindful of for the empty stance. Is the front foot light enough to pick up? Okay, so 70%, 30% on the front. So you have bow, 70%, 30% weight, approximate. And then empty stance, 70%, 30. All right? So just kind of be mindful of that. All right? So those are the two stances. Okay? Let's look at the Tai Chi walking, Yang Style Tai Chi walking. Okay? So we shift our weight on the left. Be mindful to have your pelvic bone directly over your knee. You shouldn't feel any stress on the outside knee. Okay, so be mindful of that. Shift your weight. Open the right toe to an angle. Okay, put your weight on the right foot. Bring the left to the center. Step out from the shoulder. Turn at the waist, and then into a bow stance. Okay, so now throughout this video, you know when someone's trying to, when you're trying to convey a point to someone you're talking to, and they're just not quite getting it. And so we say, well, can you paint a picture for me? Can you draw a picture? Can you paint a picture? Because I'm just not getting it through the verbal. So that, I believe the Chinese call that yi. Can you give me a picture? And that's their, if you notice the movements, the name of the movements in Yang 24, such as parting the horse's mane, they're wanting you to image or visualize parting a horse's mane. Okay? They want your hands to be like you're parting a horse's mane. So now, in Tai Chi walking, I'm going to give you visuals, or yi, and to help you. Okay, so imagine your neck's in a collar. Okay, your neck's in a collar. All right? So if you said, look over there, I won't be able to do that because my neck's in a collar. Okay? I can't do this and then turn. I have to turn because my neck's in a collar. So how do we turn in Tai Chi? So we imagine your neck's in a collar, you shift your weight on the left, pick up the right toe, right foot, and pivot on the heel. So it's like, look over there, and I go, what? Or look over there, and I go, what? Okay? So imagine your neck in a collar, all right? Another visual or a yi for you is you have a book on your head. It's like way, way back in the models, they would have them walk with a book on their head, keep their head, so their posture would be good, as they were walking. So imagine a book on your head, okay? Because in Tai Chi, the eyes are forward, level, the head's level, and so imagine a book on your head, all right? So neck in the collar, okay? And a book on your head, all right? The other visual is imagine you're facing a clock. Okay, so I'm now facing noon. And if I go to the right, I'm facing 1 o'clock. If I go to the left, I'm facing 11. So, imagine you're facing a clock. All right. So, in Tai Chi walking, you shift your weight, lift your right foot, turn. Okay, now you're facing 1 o'clock. The right toe, your nose, shoulders, all facing 1 o'clock. Put your weight on the right to bring your left to the center. Find your center, all right? Then you step with your left towards noon, turn at the waist, and then put your weight, and you're in a what? Bow stance, like a bow and arrow stance, okay? So be mindful of that. And if you sit back, now what? You're facing 11 o'clock. Your nose is facing 11 o'clock. Your shoulders, 11 o'clock. Put your weight, bring the right toe, okay, just behind the left ankle, okay? Don't step too far, just right there. Find your center, okay? Right foot points towards noon. I turn at the waist, then step into what? A right bow stance. So, can I shoot a bow? Okay, right foot's out, left foot back, okay? If you find yourself like on a tightrope, then widen your stance, okay? Make sure that it is shoulder width. Remember now, imagine the teacher coming and pushing your shoulders, just striking your shoulders. You know, if you're good, it won't go anything. But if you're too narrow, what will happen is that you'll go on your heel. So that's the visual for you, okay? Imagine that. So that's Tai Chi walking. You sit back, facing what? 1 o'clock. Nose is for 1 o'clock, toe, shoulders. Step up, find your center. The left points towards noon. Turn. Now your shoulders, your nose, toe, are at 12 o'clock. Sit back. Don't rock back. A lot of times you'll see, you'll hear, okay, rock back or roll back, okay? I like sit back. A teacher used that, sit back. So, because if we do, and say roll back, sometimes our back goes like this. And in Tai Chi, keep your back straight. So I like the term sit back, okay, as opposed to roll back. So be mindful. Remember that book on your head? Yeah, sit back. If you lean, or if you roll back, that book's going to fall off. All right? Okay. So that's the Tai Chi walking, or Yang Style Tai Chi walking. That particular exercise, findings have shown that it has a slight edge over regular walking. And why is that? Well, not only are you using the front and back muscles like you do in walking, but when you do multi-directional, okay, now you're using the side muscles. And I tell you, if you do nothing else but this exercise, you will have tremendous leg strength. It's very, very good for strengthening around the knee if you had some issues with the knee. But you be gentle and make sure when you turn the foot, make sure you shift your weight, okay, before you turn the foot. In other words, they call empty the foot. You don't want to have any weight on that and then try to turn. Obviously, that'll put a torque right on the knee, and we don't want anybody to. we know the knee as a human being is probably the weakest part for us, and many athletes unfortunately have found that out, and us too. So it's a lot of strain. So this is very good. That Tai Chi walking, Yang style, and you notice I pronounce Yan because that's the my Chinese pronunciation, but you'll hear Yang, and it's the same thing, but it may that may be a Japanese character or something that may have that pronunciation. And so anyways, Yan 24 or Yang style Tai Chi walking, and you'll see that in the form. Okay, all right. Okay, breathing. We breathe in and out through the nose, in and out through the nose. So the mouth is closed in Tai Chi. You won't see anybody doing Tai Chi with their mouth open, And so make sure breathing is very important in Tai Chi. It's not just the physical movement, but breathing as well. We want that, the Dan-Ten, we call that the Dan-Ten or the Chi pump. Okay, the heart pumps the blood, and the Dan-Ten or the Chi pumps the Chi. Okay, the formula for Tai Chi is where the mind goes, the Chi goes, and where the Chi goes, the fluids go. So it's not just the blood, but it's all the other fluids, like synovial fluids are what lubricates the joints in the bone. Okay, and as we mature, doesn't always work well. It doesn't get as much fluids in there. So that's why you see a lot of the benefits of Tai Chi. Findings have shown that that's why, because the Chi helps lubricate the joints in the body, gets that lubrication going. That's like your car. It needs the oil, for the working parts, And as you get more mileage on the car, or you mature, it doesn't always get like it used to when it was new. So Tai Chi helps encourage the fluids to get to where they're supposed to be. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind, and you'll hear the thing being mindful. Remember, where the mind goes, the Chi goes, and where the Chi goes, the fluids go. So the mind activates the Chi. That's the teachings there. So we know that. Okay. Good resource that you want to do. They're doing wonderful research on the effects of Tai Chi for various. I call them imbalances, or some people call them illnesses or whatever. Is Harvard Medical School. It's called the Tree of Life Tai Chi Research Center, and you can pull that up on the phone or the YouTube or on your computer and all that. So, but I'm not going to get into a whole lot of the benefits of Tai Chi, because we want to focus on just these the movements of Yang 24, and so that it helps you improve. Or learn if you're beginning or intermediate or advanced. There may be something here that you never thought about. As I've said, there's a saying. So I don't claim to be a master, and far from it. But there's an old saying which was told to me: if you think you're at the top of the mountain, you start to descend. So you're always climbing to improve, and that's another purpose for this DVD. Okay, all right. So let's do the just do the movements one by one we'll maybe give you some helpful hints or things or or pictures or visual to help you in your progress on Yang 24. All right, so the beginning, the feet are together in the Yang style. Okay, let's see if I can get out here. Okay, here, let me find a place here. Okay, all right, feet are together. All right, so you want to inhale. Well, first, wait a minute. Let's get to an exercise first to get that breathing going. Okay. So the feet are shoulder width. All right. So you want to, as you inhale, your abdomen should come out. As you inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, it should go in. Okay. But through the ears, a lot of us have gone chest breathing. We think, and when the doctor says, take a deep breath, we go, and then the doctor says again, he's looking for a deep breath. And we want to get down here like we did as infants, all right? So, this warm-up exercise, very, very simple, but very profound. It's called Wu Ji, all right? So, as you shift you want to focus on two places on the bottom of your feet. That's the ball of your foot and the heel, okay? So, as you shift your weight on the ball of the foot, you should inhale. The abdomen should come out. Okay? Then you shift your weight to the heel and you exhale. It should go, your abdomen should go in. So you try to coordinate that breathing. Inhale and then exhale and heel. Inhale on the ball of your foot. Exhale as you go to the heel. Remember in Tai Chi, the slower the better, because Chi's like water, If you carry a pan of water, you don't just move real fast, stop, make sudden steps and like that, because the water will splash all over the place. So you want to allow that Chi, okay, back on the heel, on the ball of the foot, inhale, exhale. Okay, so breathing is very important in doing Tai Chi. But I don't want you thinking about it. I want you to concentrate, but I want you to think about it. Okay? Concentrate, but don't think. I believe that's the meaning of Zen. Okay? So if you have trouble, say, is my abdomen? I don't know. Is it coming in or out? So put your hand on there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay? And try to coordinate that breathing. Yeah? And by putting your hand on there, then the body gets that, that memory, and then you can feel it then. Okay. Now we're going to go side to side. Shift our weight side to side. What you would be mindful of, keep the pelvic bone directly over the knee. Okay? So shift your weight to the right or left, doesn't matter. Shift side to side, just enough to feel the edges. And be mindful. So now you're directing your attention to your frame, known as the skeleton. And you don't have to go very far to feel the edges of your feet. Just enough to feel the edges of your feet, back and forth. Be mindful, keep that the pelvic bone directly over the knee. Okay, so you shouldn't, as you go side to side, you shouldn't feel any stress on the outside knee. Some people are afflicted with, have like arthritis in the knees and so forth, and all that. So this is what we find, if you're mindful, keep that frame, because you don't want to feel pain, that's for sure. And you don't want to put any undue stress. Okay, so that shifting forward to back and then side to side, that's called Wu Ji, or awakening the bubbling well. And your house has electrical and plumbing. Your car has electrical and plumbing, and we have electrical and plumbing. Okay. Hopefully, you know where your circuit circuit breaker is, or where, in your house. Okay. Hopefully, you know where that's at. The circuit breaker in our body is in the bottom of our feet. So that's what's happening. Is it's like going and turning the main switch on our circuit breaker and allowing that, turning the chi. The chi comes up through the feet, up through the body, okay, and then down to the body, okay, and then it comes out here. Qi comes out there, all right? All right, so that Qi flows through what we call meridians or our electrical system, okay? It's like our electrical system, all right? So that's what you're doing is awakening the bubbling well and allowing that through time, the Qi will, okay, you're going to tap into, your electrical system, all right? So as Qi comes out here, okay, meridians, there's meridians like, they're like dots, okay, over there. If you look at an acupuncture chart, they use meridians also with the needles. And we're focusing on the meridians. So as the hand goes across, Qi goes that way. As it goes across, the Qi flows that way, okay? So when they all go together, then we have good circulation, and that's a good thing. And so that's what we're doing, is helping. And so we know if something stops, it becomes pain. If we don't do anything, it'll become illness. So by doing Tai Chi, okay, and you're going to notice, the reason why I'm pointing this out, because you're going to notice in the form and the movements, it's there, activating the Qi, okay, in the form. And that's going to help you in and allow many of these movements, okay. It's going to be just like, a walk in the park here. It's going to be muscle memory. You're going to realize everything comes from here. We activate, all right? So I will point those out as we do the movements. Okay, all right. Okay, now we're good. All right, so just kind of keep that in mind. All right. So we inhale, and then put our weight on the right, and we step out with our left, our shoulder width, not mine, but yours, shoulder width, okay? All right, so now your shoulder width. Then this is commencement, or it's sometimes called lift the water. As you inhale and exhale. Okay, that's called commencement, all right? Okay, the next move is parting the horse's mane. Here's that yi. They're wanting the translation, the Chinese or the English translation, the Chinese are trying to convey to you, is they want your hands to be like you're parting the horse's mane. So picture horse, it's this way, and the neck's here, and the rear end there, okay? And of course it has a mane, and pretend you're getting ready for the state fair, okay? So you're going on the top of the mane, and this is underneath, and you're parting, so you want your hands to, okay, parting the horse's mane. Now, you'll notice Qi, right, going past, hands usually face each other in Tai Chi, okay, one of those principles, okay? So, you're activating the Qi, parting horse's mane. You're going across, hitting one of those meridians, okay, and it activates the Qi here, okay? All right, so this movement uses the bow stance, all right? So I'll give you a side view, front view, whatever on there. So here we go. I'm going to do the commencement. I'm going to step out, and then I'm going to commence, lift the water, okay? Now I'm going to shift my weight. Okay, now remember, keep the pelvic bone over the knee. So you don't want to go like that. You went over the knee, okay? Okay, shift your weight on the left. Make sure that right is empty. Lift the foot, turn, okay? Now it's pointing towards 1 o'clock, okay? Shift my weight on the right, and I get to a T step. All right, that's another, you hold the ball, it's Tai Chi. So you're kind of facing 1 o'clock, okay? Okay, so T-step. Okay, you're going to see this, T. Okay, T-step. It's not a direct T, but it's, you know, that's why they call it T-step. So you're going to see that in some of the movements. It's a transition going from one to the other, usually holding the ball. So that's a T-step, all right? The other footwork is called a twist step, okay? So the way you shift your weight, turn, put your weight on the right, pivot, down, sit back, empty, put the weight there, empty, okay? Remember the neck and the collar, back is straight, okay? You're pivoting on the heel. Okay, so that's a twist step. So I'll mention that when we come to it, and just sort of keep that in mind there, all right? So that's a good practice. Just shift the weight. Make sure that's empty before you turn it. Don't put any weight. Then put your weight on there. Now empty that one, okay, so that you don't put any torque on your knee, for heaven's sake. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's do parting horse's mane again. Okay, so I'm going to step out, commencement, or lift the water. Okay, shift the weight. Now twist step, shift the weight, T-step, hold the ball. Okay, bow stance, parting the horse's mane. Okay, parting the horse's mane. You're in a bow stance, so you think, okay, am I good, bow? Yep, okay, good. Back is straight. All right. Okay, then you sit back. Let me get back in here. I'm going to wind up in the water. Here, okay, here we go. There we get a little there, okay. So as we part the horse's mane, sit back, T-step, hold the ball, bow stance, parting the horse's mane. And sit back, hold the ball, parting the horse's mane. Okay? So it's a left, right, left. All right? In parting the horse's mane. All right. Okay, the next one, next movement is white crane flashes its wings. Okay, so that's after you do parting the horse's mane. Okay, left, after you do 3 of those, okay? Okay, step up, sit back. Now this is an empty stance, remember? 70% on the back, 30% on the front, okay? You should be able to, you know, if you have to, okay? Okay, that's just be light, okay? Okay, bring the right, these are now wings. Notice the hand parting there activates, see how it passes? The chi passes, activates that chi. That's where you want it. So as it comes up, when you get it about eye level, follow the hand, and as soon as you get to the width, immediately come back. All right? So activate, turn, activate, turn. All right? That's parting, that's white crane flashes its wings. Okay? All right? Okay. All right. So you see, parting the horse's mane, activating. See how that comes about? Now you're going to do crane, activate, activate. Okay? Are you starting to see? That's going to help you in the Yang style, what you're doing. So you're activating, and that's where you want it, because it can be a block or a chop. Tai Chi is a martial art. Kung Fu So every one of these moves is a martial art move or self-defense, okay? But then that becomes, you'll see Tai Chi, and then you'll see Tai Chi Chuan. And Chuan means fist, or the physical application of the movements of Tai Chi. So we're focusing on the Tai Chi movements and all that. That's where we come from. We're not necessarily coming from the application on that. Although you're still learning those movements, but that's not on this DVD. We're more interested in the health aspects of Tai Chi and doing these. All right? Okay, so we got white crane. All right? We're still in an empty stance. So if we part torso main, step into empty, turn, you don't change, you're still in an empty stance, so 70% there. You don't change your stance, still empty stance, so about 70% is on your back foot. Okay, all right, okay, all right. The next one is called brush knee. All right, so I'm going to give you a visual or a yi, paint a picture. All right, again, this is not an attempt to insult or disrespect the form. Just simply trying to give you another tool to give you a visual so that you can do the form. So keep that in mind, because I'm about to give you a visual, all right, for brush knee. If I just say, okay, brush knee, you're not really, I'm not getting it. So I'm going to give you a visual or a picture, all right? Okay, so we just did the crane, okay, white crane, passes, and then here, all right? Now, bring your right hand up, okay? Your left hand is standing elbow, okay? So now here's a visual for you. You're at the state fair. You entered the pie making contest, and you won. And you're admiring the pie, and you're standing in it with the left hand. You don't want to drop it. It won, okay? But this lady who's been entering it for many, many years is just mad. She's just so mad. She thought she should have won. So she's coming over, and she's going to kick you in the left leg. All right? So you're admiring the pie. Okay, here she comes. All right? So then you put your heel down and say, don't kick me. And put your right hand by the ear and say, here, have some pie. This is called brush knee. Okay? All right. So from the crane, bring that right hand up, admiring your pie. Don't kick me, have some pie. Okay? All right? So, for brush knee, I'll give you a visual. So, once you're up here, okay, there, okay, when this, pretend like you're a puppet, okay? So as soon as this left hand goes by, you want to be somewhere where the knee is. You don't have to actually literally brush the knee, okay? So you don't want any bending. Keep your back straight. So as soon as that left hand goes by the knee, the right hand goes by the ear. So it's like this. Admire the pie, left hand goes by the ear, and this should automatic. Goes by the ear. Okay? Here. Then. Okay? Here. Here, and then into a bow stance. And you don't have to reach for the person, because believe me, if they went to kick you, they're right here, and you're going to hit them. Boom. All right? It's right there. So make sure that right hand, because we have a tendency, I have seen a tendency to here, to do this. Okay? Number one, your back's leaning, and you're reaching. You don't have to. Keep your back straight. You have to go past that foot. You don't have to go past that foot. You've got it. Okay? All right, and it's the same. Okay. Left brush knee, because the left's out. Sit back, open. Zip up. Admire the pie in the left hand. You're like in a T-step. Okay? She goes to kick you in the right leg. Go, don't kick me. Left hand goes by the ear. Have some pie. So it's the same thing. Different leg and hand. So let's see. Okay, so here. So you want the, as soon as one goes to the knee, the other one goes by the ear. Here, here. Okay, so we got left brush knee, sit back, admire the pie, right brush knee. Okay, you sit back, admire the pie, do another left brush knee. Okay, so there's left, right, left. All right, and that's movement. Okay, just remember that left knee goes down there. If one goes by the knee, the other one goes by the ear. Okay, and that'll help you in that brush knee. Okay. All right, next movement is play the lute. Okay, so here, play the lute is an empty stance. So what do? Step a half a step up. Okay, now sit back. Now your weight's on the back, right? So this is light. Okay, the left hand comes up, right hand goes by the elbow, activating, and pretend that the knee, the left knee is tied around the left hand. So as it brings up, play the fiddle, play the lute. Now we call it, the lute is like a Chinese fiddle. It's played the same way. So, all right, so if you can imagine, okay, imagine the left hand, okay, left hand has the fiddle, neck of the violin or the fiddle, okay, right hand has the bow, okay, so, you know, bluegrass, country, but not classical, okay, so da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, so that, you know, so we call it, instead of play the lute, what that? Okay, play the fiddle. Oh, I got that. I know what that is. Okay, so whichever works, but it's, just remember, it's called play the lute or play the fiddle. It's been called that. All right? Okay. 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 All right? All right, now, the next one is repulse the monkey, but there's a transition move before you get to repulse the monkey. All right, so I'm going to show you from the front here. Okay, okay, the heel, down, okay, okay, the toe goes down and the hands go up. It's kind of like, what's up? You should be able to see both hands. All right, I'll show it from this angle. Play the lute, and then what's up? Okay, gonna hear. Toes down, what's up? Okay, then I look forward, okay. Now I'm visualizing, where's my shoulders? Where's my foot? Okay, right? So what we're doing, what I'm visualizing is taking my left foot and doing a half a circle, half a circle and stepping behind my left shoulder and repulse the monkey. Empty stance, okay, empty, okay. So from here, what's up? Okay, I'm looking, doing a half circle, stepping behind my left Let the hands pass each other. Okay, half a circle. My right toe is behind my right shoulder. Okay. So what we have here, okay, what's up? Half a circle. Okay. Step behind my right shoulder. Step behind my left. And step behind my right. Okay. Let's repulse the monkey. All right. Now, you may see on videos where they take that step. You may see that. Okay. But my teacher comes from the Chuan, or the martial art, and he did not feel good about that. So here, so we stay low to ground. I like to just trace your foot, like make sure it stays on the ground so you know where it's at. Stepping, keep it in tight. You can go ahead and do this if you want. Okay, it's just your preference. Okay, but keep in mind. So it depends on what level you're at. Okay. So in the beginning, if you're beginning and still developing, the legs and so forth, then stay low to the ground. Half circle behind, just learning to go step back. Okay. Another thing, another visual for you is your waist is like a washing machine. Now we're talking about the ones that go this way, not the new ones now. So where's your one? Okay. So be mindful of that. So here, stepping behind, washing machine. See that? Washing machine. Okay. Step behind, washing machine. Okay. Step behind, washing machine. And step behind, washing machine. Okay. So that's a good visual for you. Okay. Each one's an empty stance. Okay. All right. All right. So, the next one is parting the horse's mane, and it's got 4 parts to it, okay? But it has all the fundamentals of Tai Chi in parting the horse's mane. I mean, in grab the bird's tail, all right? So, how did it get its name? Well, they were in a park, and the master was in the park, and they were watching, and they always come up with different moves and so forth. And this was a new move. It's before it got its name. So the ball, and then he went like this. And this is called ward off. And as he did that, a bird came and landed on his arm. They're all watching. Okay. He brings his hand up. The bird stays there. Sits back. The bird is still there. Press, the bird's still there. Okay. All right. So when he did that and the bird, someone commented, said, "Oh my goodness, he could have picked that bird's tail." Ding, grabbed the bird's tail. That's where it came from. So, true story and all that. So, Master's energy is probably, was that indication very good if that bird stayed on there as he's doing all that. Pretty profound, and so it's a very well-respected movement in Tai Chi, and it's pretty too. And it's got all the different movements there. Okay, so from the last, you get 4, repulse the monkey. So now you're here on your right. Okay, T-step, hold the ball. And you just go just a little bit off on an angle, step into a bow, and make sure that you do ward off. Make sure you get a place for that bird. A lot of times when we're learning, we have a tendency to look like parting the horse's mane. And it's not. It's supposed to be ward off. So to give you a visual, give the bird a perch. Here, birdie, birdie, okay? Then you bring your arms up there. Your back is straight. You're still on a bow stance, 70%, 30. Okay. The fingertips are just behind the heel of the left hand. Okay. And you sit back. This is called roll back. Keep your back straight. Do not do this. Keep your back straight. So imagine a sailor. Okay. He's on the dock. Here comes the ship. Rope is that big. He's got to get it in there, and this ain't going to get it. He's got to put his back into it. So that's a visual for you. Here, sit back. Keep your arms on the rope. Don't you do this, you're going to lose your. You want to put your back into it, you know, or hips into it. Roll back. This is called roll back. Okay, roll back. Twist. Press. Somewhere around there. Right in there's a meridian there. Press. Okay. Now, when the master did this, then the bird flew away. This is no name for this one. It just goes like this, and then called push. So on the form, it's got ward off, roll back, press, push. Okay? Okay, what the heck is all that there? So I'm giving you what you can call it so that you remember the other moves. Okay, so we've got ward off, roll back, put your back into it, press. Okay, let that right hand go across the left. Okay, embrace the tiger, bring that left foot up, do a circle, and pushing the mountain up to about your shoulder height. So it's a circle, you're uprooting. Not really going like this, it's a circle. So pick up the left toe as you bring that circle and up. So you embrace the tiger and push him to the mountain. So tiger charges, okay? So if a human being's charging you, he may be pretty strong. So if you try to do here, the tiger might win. If you raise your back like that, you know, watch it, because that's a real common thing that I see. Everybody wants to roll back. I don't know where we get that. Tiger won there, okay? Keep your back straight as you're learning. You're uprooting physics. You're coming up. So as he runs, you're not hitting him here. You're down here, hits it, and that's how he goes. So that's a visual for you, okay? That's the application of the Chuan application of embracing the tiger and pushing the mountain, okay? Okay, and use your just up your shoulders, your shoulder height. You don't. It keeps you from. If you use that, it'll keep you from going like this or like this or down. It's a good visual here. Are you in a good bow stance? Very important. Uprooting, send it to the mountain. It's a circle, uprooting physics, going up. Okay, so that's a visual you want to have. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's grab the bird's tail. All right, the next one is a transition. Okay, so we go here. Okay, sit back. Now you remember I said twist step? Okay, the left toe's going to twist. It's going to twist. Your weight's on the right. Now your weight's on the left. And then you hold the ball and a T-step. All right? So here's a visual for you. What am I doing here? Okay, so you just, this guy charges it, you know, and you uprooting. Okay, you sit back, and now you're checking to see if he has any other, see if there's other attackers. So you're checking. Okay, shift your weight, hold the ball. Okay, hold the ball, and then you're going to do bird's tail to the right, okay? So you step into a bow, ward off, here birdie, birdie, roll back, press, embrace the tiger, push them to the mountain, shoulder width, okay? It's just it's just the other direction. So you hold the ball, T-step, ward off, put your, remember the sailor, pulling back, twist, press, let the left hand go over the right, embrace the tiger, remember the circle, and up, shoulder width, shoulder height, I mean, okay? Uprooting, that's your visual. Am I good at bow stance? Good bow stance. Okay, I'm going to check. Always critique yourself, especially if you're going to push the tiger to the mountain. You want to have a good stance. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So that all right. The next one is a transition again. We're going to do single whip, okay? Single whip. It's a classic symbol of Tai Chi. It's used in commercials a lot. Pictures, you'll see it, you'll recognize it. You know, you could be doing your whole thing and everybody's looking, I don't know what they're doing. And then as soon as you do that, they go, oh, they're doing Tai Chi. That seems to symbolize that. I'll explain that as we get to it. There's two animal forms there. Okay, so anyways, we just pushed him to the mountain, right? Okay, well, we took care of that guy. Sit back, checking, checking, checking. Yep, here comes another guy. He's mad because you took care of him. Okay, so twist step, put your weight on the right. Okay, this is called form the beak or hold the lantern. So you can either pick up the lantern like that, or form the beak. Form the beak, okay. Bring the left hand up. If you're holding the lantern, I like to do this. Here, hold the lantern, light it. Single whip and adjust that back, okay? So this is pointing in this general vicinity as the back foot. So in other words, you don't want it out here, you don't want it over here. There's my foot, so that's where I want. You want it relaxed. You don't want to extend. Okay? Yeah. What this is, crane. Okay? Yeah, by the way, that flashing wings, those are not soft feathers. They can break a man's arm. So if you see a crane, yeah, don't just be worried about his beak or claws. You watch those wings because it can break your arm, okay? Nature's given her a good defense. Also, too, they have observed the crane using the back of its neck. Okay, so that's what you're doing. So be very careful, but you can just make sure your mouth is open. Don't like that because you'll bite your tongue. Make sure, and just lightly tip this and just lightly tap. Okay. Doesn't take much, okay? So that's what you're doing. So that's your visual. So you're coming up here, okay? Crane. Crane. You took care of that guy, and sure enough, here's a guy, and boom. This is the tiger, tiger's mouth, the crane. So there's two animal forms in that. So that's why the kind of symbol of Tai Chi has got two animal forms, okay? All these, with the birth of Tai Chi, as the monk was sitting there contemplating and so forth, and because, you know, the weapons were taken and, you know, and, you know, defenseless, what are we going to do? And so they observed nature, and then he saw a crane and a snake fighting, and then got the idea, oh my gosh, look at their defenses. We can do that. And then, of course, the other animals come along too. The monkey, tiger, dragon, and praying mantis, and all that, and crane. So you can see that on Kung Fu Panda if you want to. All his friends, That's why, if that's the animal forms for Kung Fu. So it's a great training film, good teachings. I'm glad it's animated so children see it, and so it's really good. The best episode that explains about Tai Chi or the movements or how it got together is called Secrets. And he suddenly is a teacher, and all the students are little rabbits, little kids, and karate and stuff like that. It's really, and he goes into each one, what each animal had to overcome to be balanced and all that. So it covers the tiger and the snake and the praying mantis and things like that. So if you ever get a chance, check that out. Okay. We joke about that and we laugh a bit. Sometimes you can learn a lot through children's presentations and all that. Even children's books. It's for us simple minds. You know what I mean. So sometimes you can get so wordy and you just miss it. Okay. So let's go back to that. Okay. So we have pushed him to the mountain. A ward off. Okay. Push from bird's tail. Sit back. Twist step, checking, okay? Form the beak or hold the lantern, light it, and and then look at the left hand. Pivot on the ball of your foot as you turn, okay? As you turn your arm and your hand here, and okay, and you may have to adjust that back foot so that you're in a good bow stance. This doesn't feel good. And just, you're just not bound. Try to shoot a bow and arrow that way. That's not going to get it. You got to take that at an angle. Why? Now your shoulders are in line with your hip. So it's a feeling, okay? So, a feeling. And that comes with time. Your bow stance starts to become a part of you, and really strong stance, okay? So it's a tiger, boom. So that's called single whip. Okay, our next stance, let me review from, we did the single whip. Okay, all right. Now the next one's called wave hands. All right. So you want to shift your weight on your right, twist step, okay. Take your left hand, see where your beak is? Okay, let the hands pass. Okay, and then shift your weight as you turn at the waist. When you get here, step, switch hands, and twist to the right. Step, switch hands. This can be like hold the baby. Step, and you do 3 groups. Form the beak or hold the lantern. Single whip. Just that back foot. Okay? So, wave hands. We used to say, they used to say wave hands like clouds. And that was the translation. And so that was on there. So, sometimes we take things literally. And so a lot of the students were going, hey, I'm waving at the clouds. Hey, you know what I mean? We're getting that. So where did that come from? Where did the clouds come in here? So as the beautiful teachers that we have, can we have some clarification here? All right. So we just call it wave hands, but where they're getting the cloud at is something that'll help you. It's a visual to help you in the wave hands. So we have the single whip here. Okay. Now, this is the cloud, and this is the reflection in the river. Okay. So you want them to, as the cloud moves, so does the shadow, or so does the reflection. Here. Step. Okay, now the right hand is the cloud, and this is the reflection in the river. So that's where that cloud came from. Step, switch hand, shift your weight. Step, switch hand, Shift your weight. Now you can count this either way. You can do 1, 2, 3. Okay? You can do it that way, or you can do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? When you get there, form the beak or hold the lantern, turn, and adjust so you feel good. Okay? Right? The elbows bent. Okay? All right? And what about this? What's the beak? Okay, so you take these 3 fingers and you bring them together like that. Form the beak. You know, looking like a crane, doesn't it? If you do this on a, when you used to on the wall, you'd shine a flashlight on the wall. Do that, and you're going to see a bird. Okay, so it's kind of like that. Okay. In yoga, I think they call them mudras. You know, and they got different things, points, and there's meridians here on the ends. So I said, what's this and this? What are these? What's this and this and this one? So one of them is this is the crown. This is the this is the dantian here, heart, crown. So it makes sense. It connects. There's an upper dantian, a lower dantian. So it's connecting those. So as you touch those, okay, that's the meridians, and kind of activates as the chi recognizes that. Okay, all right. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So if that helps you, okay. If it confuses you, just forget it. You know what I mean? But just form it. You want it relaxed, and form the beak. All right. This can be, when you put those together, boom, on the top of the head, it does hurt. Boom, on soft part in the head, bam, bam. It's kind of like if you have chickens and you're trying to get the eggs, everybody that I know that does that, harvests eggs and free range chickens, get pecked on, bop, 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 bop. And they say, yeah, it does, hurts. And so it's the same thing, on the meridians. Okay, all right, so that's single whip. Single whip. All right, so we just did, okay, another thing for wave hands, things to help you, just let the hands pass each other. That gets you started. It's like starts the propeller. Okay? Now, the hands, chi's coming out of there, chi's coming out of here. It's going across here and across here. There's vital organs here, and these are vital organs. This is like in the pericardium or whatever, where the heart chamber and so you're activating. There's meridians going across here. We got dots all over the place here. We got meridians everywhere. So it does activate. And wave hands is used a lot for complications from diabetes, and why? Because those organs are vital there. So it helps activate, helps that chi, get that chi going. Plus, Tai Chi, we want to turn it at the waist, too. Turning it at the waist. And when you do that, then you're massaging the internal organs. It's like if you put a sack of groceries and up on the counter and they shift, they don't always stay there. So the organs don't just stay compact. As you turn, so does the organs. And so that's where I remember when I was first looking at Tai Chi and said studies have shown massages the internal organs. I said, that's a little deep for me. But now Harvard Medical School, because they hook up in geos, they're going, okay, this stuff is correct. Okay. So you want to turn at the waist. So turn at the waist, because why? You want to massage the internal organs too. So that gets a benefit of that. A lot of people don't know that. But that's why. So there's more incentive to make sure that am I turning at the waist? Am I Am I turning at the waist? Am I turning at the waist? Okay? Am I turning at the waist? Okay? Keep that in mind as you climb your mountain, all right? All right. So, okay, so we did wave hands. Okay? And how do you hands, something that's helped, I'll just give it to you, some visuals or yi, pictures, like holding a baby. You switch, hold the baby. Holding the baby. Hold the baby. Okay? And if that works, that's cool. Okay, if some of you are old enough, back in the 60s, if you think about the go-go dancers, okay, and there was a dance called the fish, okay, and if you could picture them, they, but they would do this, you know what I mean? Okay, don't do that because that's fish, okay, but it's on the same lines, shifting, okay. Another visual or yi is imagine one leg is full of sand, okay, so. All right, so this is full, this is empty, okay? So I'm gonna go like this, okay? I'm gonna go that way, put the sand from this leg, visualize the sand going in, and this one. So sand filling this up, this is empty. Now this is empty, now put the sand back in the right as you, okay? Now the sand's in the right, now put the sand in the left. With your left hand going. This is empty, step, now put the sand back. Okay, so that's something you can do. You visualize to help you. See how that is? You know, this is obviously a block. Windmill. Yeah. Yeah, my thoughts are, when I was little on that putt-putt golf course, putt-putt, you know, and all that thing, and everybody's been to those things, and that doggone windmill, and you're trying to hit the ball, you know, like that, and that windmill goes, knocks it away. That's what I think of when, and I don't know why, but that's on the same, you're going to get the same effect. If somebody tries to put something in there, you know, so that's where that comes from, okay? So just kind of imagine that's what you're doing. Okay, the step work, okay? I like to step, ball of the foot, heel, shift and weight. Ball of the foot, heel, shift and weight. Ball of the foot, heel, shift to weight. Ball of the foot, heel, okay? Now, remember the book on your head, so you want to keep that going, okay? And you don't want to, no rabbit hopping. So you're, you know, it's like if the ceiling's this low, you got to go through. So as soon as you go, you don't want to do this, boom, oh, I hit my head. So tell yourself, keep low, okay? Keep low. No rabbit hopping. No, or like we, just keep it straight. Okay? Keep it low. Okay? All right, so we're into that. Single whip. After we did all those, into single whip. Okay, all right. Next move is pat to high horse. Step, this is a or empty stance. So step, look at your right hand, and sit back and pat to high horse. Okay? Here's a yi for you, or a visual for you. Okay? Imagine there's a horse that's facing this way, got the neck, you know, he's facing that way, okay? And you got the reins, so I'm kind of going along with the pat to high horse. So, so after the single whip, I've got the reins in my left hand, right? So I step up, look at my right hand, I got the reins. So as I sit back and pull, the horse's neck comes towards me, and then I can go pat to high horse, okay? So that's a visual for you that helped me so that I can get, what the heck am I doing? Okay, and you got to really, you want to sit back. You want to sit back and have the weight there, because sometimes the horse is stubborn. You know, if you want to, so you got to really put some torque into it. You got to really pull the reins so you can pat the horse. You know. All right. So the technique, you want to look at the right hand. Okay, that's part of the execution of the chuan part of it, or the physical application of the martial art. Because, so here, okay, so he grabs the attacker grabs my arm, you know, from here. So I step up like this and look at my hand. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to look over there, right? So as soon as he does that, boom, you know, I got him. So that's that. Watch his hand, you know. It's kind of like, and I'm sure you may have heard, crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Okay, well, the tiger's obvious. Attacks, obvious. Tiger attacks. Okay, so you've got, watch his hand, you know. Watch his hand, you know. Dragon, or I mean the tiger, you know. Shh, get your attention up there. And then here's the dragon. Boop, gotcha, you know. So it's kind of like that. You know, watch his hand, gotcha, you know. So that's where that, there. So it's kind of like on that premise. Watch his hand, watch his hand, and whoop, boom, gotcha. Okay, so that's pat the high horse. All right, so what move are we next? Okay, we know horses sometimes kick, so that gives you a clue. Pat the high horse, here comes a kicking. We're going to do some reduce kicks. There's only two in Yan, which is good, because in 1956 the Chinese government wanted to promote health among the Chinese people, so all they had was 108 Yan 108, and they went, oh crap, we can't have people doing all that. That's way too much. So they went and picked out different movements and came up with 24. So that's why they only put 2 kicks in, so that everybody can benefit and learn and so forth. All right? All right? So we pat the high, anyway there, pat the high horse. Okay. All right? Now we step at an angle and block and T-step. Okay? So here, step with the left, T-step, block, with the right, and kick with the heel. Step down, and then strike ears with fist. All right? Now, depending on your level, don't freak out, and don't stay within your comfort zone. You can modify that until you get comfortable with that. So as you, okay, let's see, get pat horse, okay. As you step, okay, you can do this. Go like here, and put your heel down like that, okay? And then step into your bow and strike ears with fist. Now your target's the same size as you are, okay? That's your visual, you know, it's your shadow, so, you know, so don't be going for LeBron James, okay? Where you're it's the same size, that way you give a visual, so that way you're clean, because you don't know where. Sometimes I'll do it here, sometimes I'll do it here. No, do it the same. That's my height, that's where my ears are. Box the ear. Okay, it's also been referred to as bees buzzing in head. So you may see that, okay? I think they're trying to convey to you what the attacker will experience if you strike ears with fists. And you'll feel like he has bees buzzing in the head. So I thought that was pretty interesting and pretty clear what they're talking about. Okay, all right. So we got pat the high horse, step, block. The right's out, right arm. As you kick with the right, step down, strike gears with fist. Okay, sit back, now twist step. Checking, 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 checking. All right, now put your weight on the right. And then kick with your left. And come down. Okay. You can't see that one here, so after you kick, let's see, I'll show you. Kicking with the left, and I come down, I'm holding the lantern. I'm getting ready, and a T-step. So that's what I'm doing over here. All right, so look like there. All right. Okay, now next move is snake creeps down. All right. Snake creeps down. All right. We're not going to go all the way down like you see a lot of the beautiful watch, but that's years and years of training, and it. If you don't know what you're doing, then you can really throw your knee out and whatever. All right. So we'll do a safe way. All right. So let me demonstrate here. All right. So step out wide. I'll show this. We're doing stepping wide. And this hand goes down to this area. Okay. Here. Step out wide. Okay. This is called separate. Okay. Okay. Turn. Okay. This comes up. Right hand goes to the back, and the back foot adjusts. You're in a good bow stance. Okay. All right. So here, and this separates. That snake creeps down. Okay. I have a tendency to do that because that's what I'm doing, is going in to the solar plexus. But you will see just the general up. This will come up like that. And then this hook. All right. It's called snake creeps down. So after you do your left kick, down, step, sink, soften, separate, down, there. And next move is Golden Rooster stands on one leg. So you sit back, open the foot at an angle, and this comes up. Okay, this is a very good move for self-defense. It's a rooster. This is like the spur of the rooster. Okay, there. This is stabilized, gathering the chi. Okay, so this is very good for self-defense. Because what's the guy going to do? Or attacker. What are they going to do? Okay. Well, if I try to avoid this, I'm going to do this, then you're going to get this. If I try to avoid this, I'll do this, then I'm going to get this. See it? Picture? Okay, so that's a good move just in itself. The foot is an angle. Make sure it's at an angle. You want to have your feet at an angle, plant foot, like what? Crane or penguin, right? Have it at an angle. It's the qua, it's opening the qua. Okay? So that's open. If you do this, it's like, tightrope. Put that out, and stable. So, that's much better. Okay? So, it's a bird, The rooster's a bird. So it's learned from its cousin, the crane, Oh, okay. Put that out so I can do this. All right? So now you've got that one. All right? Now you're going to demonstrate that you can do it the other way. So you turn, hold the lantern, or form the beak. Okay? Separate. step into a bow, okay, open, golden rooster stands on right leg, okay, so you're just doing, so you're turning with the left, separate, sit back open, so it gives a good platform, and then here, and up. Here, separate, put this down here, turn, let this come down, open, to get a good platform there, okay, here, okay, and then golden rooster stands on right leg. Okay, so that's where you're at. Okay, right leg. Okay, next one's Fair Lady tends to the shuttles. Step out, hold the ball, step into a bow. This is a strike, this is a block. Sit back, open, hold the ball. Fair Lady tends to the shuttles to the left. Okay, again, that's a good martial art move because it's a block, strike. Yeah, boom. Okay, Fair Lady tends to the shuttles. That was a tough one for me because I don't do any sewing, and it's supposed to be, it was explained to me, those who are sewers, what the Chinese were trying to convey, the gesture of what they call shuttles, or it's a sewing type of thing. Well, I don't know anything about that. So I'm going to give you something that helped me understand tending to shuttles. So I thought of shuttle, and I said, well, okay, if you've ever been on a plane, you know, and you're getting ready and you're boarding the plane, you got stuff, right? Okay, you got the compartments on both sides, and you're going down the lane, right? And it just dawned on me because I'm watching these people, and, you know, taking their stuff and going, you know, and even going, you know. It's like, oh, they're doing 10 to the shuttles. So that's how I learned. It's like I'm going on a plane, I got my stuff, and I look for a compartment there. So I said, okay, I got my stuff. Okay, there's a compartment there. So I'm going to get my, you know, make sure the other crap don't fall on me. Okay, and then I get my other baggage. Well, there's nothing there. Oh, there's something there. So then I take my baggage and go, and make sure nothing falls on me, and putting it in there. Okay, so that is how I visualize tending to shuttles, because I didn't get that sewing thing. So I had to find something to yi so that I could get that. So feel free to use that. Get your luggage, you know, put your luggage on it. You know, next time you go on a jet plane, see if you don't see people doing that. All right? Okay. All right. So, all right, so we did from the golden rooster, get my luggage, T-step, put stuff in the right, sit back, get more luggage, hold the ball, put in the left. Okay, next move is search for the needle. Okay, so step back, block down, and search for the needle. Okay, you don't have to, you may see some forms going all the way down. Well, my back goes ow, ow, ow. This is okay to go, just, you don't have to go any lower than that. Because what this move is, you're blanking, somebody grabs you, you know, you hit them, strike them, they got you, right, here, and then you're just going, search for the needle, boom. See how that works? So that's a visual. Search for the needle. So you're, boom, you know, breaking that hole. All right, search for the needle. So you don't have to go all the way down there. This is enough right there. See? Just enough. I usually use the knee as a boom, boom. Okay? So that's search for the needle. Search for the needle. Okay. All right. Next one is fan through the back. Put it cross the right in front of the left. Cross. Okay. Step into a bow and fan through the back. You should feel your scapula, which is the wings back here. You should feel your scapula going like that. Fan through the back. Okay. Search for the needle. Up. Okay. All right. Next move is turn and chop with fist. So as you turn, twist step, bring the left hand across with your left foot. Shift your weight. Right hand is coming here, gathering chi. John 10, roll, wind up. It's like a wind up. Here, okay, turn, boom. This comes down, visualize, it can break, properly executed, it can break the collarbone. So it's using the whole body. A common thing here that a tendency we have to do, we go like this and we have a tendency to go boom. And that's not what in the Yang. It's the body. So, fan through the back, gather the chi, keep the weight on the left. Okay, bring it up, sinking, and with your heel, boom. Your weight's still here. It's the whole, you want to put your whole body into it. This is not as strong as this is. You just let your body, boom. So that's what that's symbolizing. A common for the Yang 24, the heel coming down. Okay, here, boom. All right, then twist, turn, you step, deflect. Okay, so you're ricocheting. Anything coming to you may hit on the elbow. Okay, step, punch. Okay, the left hand is by the elbow. All right, because it's impartable, so it's by the elbow. Okay, step and punch. All right, all right. Now you stick your hand out, left hand underneath, sit back, and this is called apparent close-up. So this one is, it's not going in a circle, they're too close to do the charging triangle. So here, there. Okay, so there's no move for this. So this is a visual for you. So as you turn, deflect, parry, punch, okay. Snake sticks its tongue out. Snake sticks its tongue out. Now the hand comes underneath. Apparent close-up. Okay. This is to break a hold. Okay. Punch. They grabbed. So if your fist is like that, you can't break the hold. So you got to stick the tongue out so it makes it smooth, so you can break the hold. So you break his hold, he comes back at you, and boom, you take care of him. Boom. Okay. So that's the visual. Snake sticks his tongue out. So here, fan through the back, turn with the foot, shift your weight on the left, gather the chi, boom, put your heel down, boom, right on the collarbone, Okay, turn, open, deflect. And you want to visualize hitting the guy's elbow, because if a fist comes in, then that deflect and makes it. So when you hit that there, the velocity, you know, boom, like that. So that's what you're doing there. Deflect, step, punch. Snake sticks its tongue out, hand comes underneath. Sometimes we call this clean the sword, okay? Here, parent close-up, okay? All right, step back, turn, twist step, shift your weight on the left, step out, the right, carry a tiger to the mountain, feet are shoulder width, down, and you don't want to spill the chi, so you want to be just as slow going back, gather the chi, and then what we call the salute. Okay, now I'll do it from this end, so you can see what I'm doing on the front. So that's probably just flicked, punch, snake sticks his tongue out, parent close up, sit back, cross hands, twist step, put your weight on the left, step out with your right, then shift your seat to the center, carry tiger to the mountain, bring the feet your shoulder width, step, and salute. Okay, and that's 24. Okay, you may see some variations. This is the way I was taught. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's all good. Tai Chi is all good. Just another aspect on that. So as you're carrying tiger to the mountain, and you're not ready yet, this is a time where we do Qigong breathing. You can just gather in the Qi, eye level, exhale through the nose, bring it down to the Dan Tian. Because the Dan Tian is like the hose in your vacuum cleaner. So as you gather this Qi, you just stir it up, and you bring it down to the Dan Tian. It goes in. It sucks it in. So you may find, I'm not done yet. I want to gather this beautiful Qi. And when you think when you're full, okay, you just put your left softly, gently, don't spill the Qi, and then salute. And if there's people around watching and want to say something or anything like that, they know that you're done, okay? So you always do it. That means if you do this, I did this in China, and oh, you know Tai Chi. So this symbolizes a practitioner of Tai Chi, Kung Fu, but more importantly, to them, you're an individual who's taking control over their health. There's a great honor in that too. So if you ever see this, that's what it means. It's respect. It sends a lot of it too. Some refer to the meanings as this is strength, fingers are friendship, thumb is humility, and then when you put the left hand over the right, that's respect. Okay. So I hope you gathered something from it, and the pictures, the yi visuals that helped me in there, and I'm grateful to my friends and my and the students and all that, they wanted something. I said, well, there's some better video. They didn't say, no, we want you, because they can relate to it better. And so I get that in the class. Yeah, that's the student. They can resonate better because they know. And anyone who's just looking at the video, you and don't have a class, you don't. Just having the video doesn't. It's better to have a live class. So find a teacher that you resonate with. If you don't like the teacher, then go somewhere else. There's plenty around. And so it's good to have the video, but you also want to do the live class so you can experience both and get a feel for the Chi. That way you can ask your teacher too if there's anything that you're experiencing as you go along. So that was my whole purpose of this DVD, is to provide another tool. There's many things, many out there, and so I wish you well in your journey and climbing the mountain and all that too. So